This podcast features immature people talking about very mature content and is intended only for adult audiences. Hello and welcome one and all to The Pen is Mightier, the world's greatest and probably only audio fanfiction and erotica competition. I am your host, Paul J.P., and on today's episode we have a bodacious battalion of provocative pugilists, and I am just tickled pink they're all here today. You guys like alliteration?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bring it on, baby.
I've got a different one of those for every episode. It's the most difficult part of my job. First off, we have a comedian and musician who's responsible for Crooner, an entire album of all new improvised songs every single week, which you can find at Velvet Duke, and the Star Trek parody Holodeck Follies as a member of the Dandies, which you can watch every second Saturday. It's Velvet Wells.
Hey, everybody. Woo! Laugh long and prosper, or else.
That's a rat?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to give you the diplomatic version of it?
No.
Yeah. The Picard version? Make it so.
Next, we have a veteran of Second City's main stage you may have seen on Season 5 of Letterkenny, or as the Canadian National Air Guitar Champion, it's Dana Schiemann.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey. Very direct.
Do you have any threats that you'd like to issue?
Oh, yeah, I got a whole mess of threats. Oh, they're just so nasty. I can't even say them. They're so vulgar. Too much for this podcast.
This is the right show for it.
Yeah, we'll have to try and raise the vulgarity bar a little bit, I guess.
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
And lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have a stand-up improviser and sketch comic who is a member of the multi-award-winning sketch troupe Vest of Friends, who you can check out now on the Vest of Friends podcast. It's the nicest guy in comedy. It's Marc Hallworth.
Yay!
I'm going to kill all of you. That's my threats. That's the nicest guy in comedy.
Well, it's good. It's good that we've started with some threats, a little bit of antagonism, because today these performers are going to be going head to head, presenting readings of erotica in hopes of winning the approval of the others. Along the way, we're going to play a couple of quick little bonus games for some extra credit points. And at the end of the episode, we will all collectively decide who has done enough to be named this week's winner. The theme of the episode this week is firsts. We do have a couple of first-time entrants into the fray today. This podcast is based on a live show, and I believe Dana is the only one who's competed at that live show. So I wanted to ask Velvet and Marc, how are you two feeling coming into the competition?
I'm friggin' terrified. Oh, God. My story has very little to do with firsts.
And my story has no vulgarities, so I'm going to have to do some editing on the fly. I mean, there's raunch, but it's not vulgar. It's very wholesome raunch.
That's okay. Yeah, we've had some of my favorite stories are almost completely free of vulgarity.
Sorry to be vulgar right away, but I'm worried these stories are going to get me rock hard.
Yeah. Then we've done our job.
Marc, if you're not already rock hard, then I'm afraid
True.
You just don't want the title enough.
I'm hoping this podcast will kill my boner.
Oh, like, my boner is so hard right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't believe how hard my boner is.
Nothing like
to
some
win this
fan
competition.
All right, I think starting us off on the right note today, I would like to hear a story presented by our only competitor who's already rock hard. It's Dana.
All right, thank you very much. This erotic fan fiction is brought to you by myself, Dana Schiemann, and Mike Kellett. We co-wrote this together.
Okay.
And I hope you enjoy. Prologue. Dear reader, in order for these series of events to make sense, you need to understand that in the not distant future, Matt Damon will die at sea Welcome for his latest film, Castaway 2. Due to his humanitarian work with Stella Artois, NPR, and Roz from Roz and Mocha was excluded from this venture due to a personal altercation at a chocolatier competition. Matt is miraculously able to return to us here on Earth, reincarnated as a non-medical fabric mask. He is now Mask Damon. And you know it's thick. This book is dedicated to urban garlic cream cheese. You were there for me. Chapter 8, Back to Work. In order for Mask Damon to resume his acting career, he hired a full-time acting body double. He performs and lives his day-to-day life through now thoroughly disgraced Ben Affleck, who's desperate for work after an ill-advised, self-funded vanity project sent him into financial ruin. Gigli 2 cost him a whopping $130 million, grossing a mere $16,000, which didn't even cover the cost of his on-set pistachio budget. The time has come for Mask Damon to be carried by Ben Affleck. The roles have finally reversed. Finding his way through the studio lot hadn't been a problem. Ben Affleck remembered Studio 69 like it was yesterday. But of course it hadn't. It had been 12 years, and Ben's luck was about to change. Mask Damon was enjoying the ride of his life, swinging from Ben's rearview mirror like a middle-aged man discovering butt plugs. Ben and Mask were thankful to have one another. Mask eagerly jumped from the mirror onto Ben's lap, bouncing several times before catching his balance. "What's so funny?" Ben snapped at Mask, chuckling to himself. Hey, whoa, hey, what's the problem? Well, look around, you're back. Hey, as an actor. As me, as Matt Damon, wearing a mask. Okay, let's take a load off, Matt Damon said while comforting Ben's thigh. Ben relaxed his load. Ben had never shared a trailer before, and neither had Mask. They couldn't believe how much space there was. So much space for fucking. At the door, the PA notifying that it's now time for Matt Damon's COVID swab test. Ben paced back and forth while Mask lay eagerly on his back, waiting for Ben to put him on. First time getting a swab. Oh God, I'm nervous, Ben squeaks. Would you relax? It'll be so nice. I'll do all the talking, okay? Just move your mouth while I sit on your face. No one's gonna know it's you with me. With one large sigh, Ben picks up Mask by his ear loops and heads out the door. Watch that hog of a nose! Mask chortles. Ben says, I didn't even think about the size of my nose. Fuck, I'm sorry, is it too big for you? Please, Mask responds. With Mask on Ben, they strolled to the testing center. Ben lowered Mask so only his nose was exposed to the crisp smells of autumn and just a hint of pumpkin spice. Looking like a real stupid piece of shit, like some dumb fucking Karen at a Target. No mask wearing shitbag fucking garbage fucking fuck idiot. Stupid. Okay, look, hearing my narration, you may be concerned for Ben Affleck, but Mask Damon always got off on a little risk. Seeing Ben's stupid fucking nose explode like the shit stain he is made Mask Damon harder than when Ben's butt clenched when he saw the bill for his 50th birthday party at Benihana's. The mask was thin, but a circumcised cotton cock was big. Ben walked up to the testing plexiglass booth. The medic extended cotton swabs out as far as she could reach. The swab entered Ben's nose, but where he felt the swab was a little further south, in Florida, where everything is just a mess. Pre-cum drips from Ben's parted lips as he gazes down to discover Mask Damon fully engorged in his mouth, hard as a ginger root, but as supple as a nectarine, and just as juicy. This penis is hotter than Jason Bourne trying to remember who he is. How'd you like them apples, Benny boy? Mask whispered while hammering himself further down Ben's throat. Ben moans in reply. Stand still! the fully decked out on-set medic unmoistly said behind her fully equipped PPE face shield and N95 mask. The swab made its final lap around Ben's nasal cavity just as Mask made his final swab down Ben's throat. Ben didn't gag at all. Nice. No! Ben exclaimed in pure ecstasy. Huh? Said the swab lady. Ben realized he could expose their true identity with his orgasm, scuttles back to the trailer to collect himself and figure out what the fuck just happened. Ben runs inside, slamming the door to the trailer. Ben set Mask on the armrest in the trailer and started pacing again, trying to collect himself. He never felt something so deep, so penetrating. Ben hadn't smoked for a week prior to shooting, as per Mask Damon's request, but he really needed something to cure his oral fixation. Ben needed a hot drag between his lips. Again. He hadn't realized how hard his micropenis was. No one ever did. But it was making him fall down his pants. Mask saw the salty cum drips down Ben's leg and couldn't help himself. He caught a gust of wind coming in from the window and flung himself across the room onto Ben's full-on soaked leg. Mask starts sucking. Ben starts moaning. Mask sucks his legs dry, absorbing all the moisture on the outside and on the inside. No one's afflicted me the way you have, Mask.
Oh.
Mask said breathlessly. He slowly kissed his way towards Ben's butt. Oh, call me ass fleck. End chapter 8.
Woo.
That's it.
That's
Stay tuned for more.
Sounded like you had to light a cigarette at the end of that. You're like, whoo.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That was excellent. One phrase really stuck out to me there, and it might not be one that you're expecting, but it was sort of been scuttled back to his dressing room. Great use of the word scuttled. I really, really like that.
Thank you. Honestly, that was the hardest part. Just kidding. It was just cock.
That's the hardest part. Hey.
Speaking of, what was that accent that you're using?
What do you mean? I think you mean the perfect Matt Damon, accent. That's exactly what Matt Damon.
Flawless Boston accent.
Yeah, it's Boston Matt Damon. What are you talking about?
Okay, that was Dana's story. That was so excellent.
Yeah, it kind of creates awareness about COVID testing, that it's not that scary. You could probably come many times.
They will.
I mean, yeah.
So, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Go get tested.
Yeah.
It'll make you come.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if that was on the ad. Come get tested. It'll make you come.
Just all dudes lined up.
I was like, what?
If only they told everybody that back in March, we wouldn't be in the situation now.
Did you know that if you get tested, you'll have the best orgasm of your life?
Fucking come.
What? For real? All right, I think it's time to move on to our first bonus game.
Ooh.
Excellent.
This is a game that I call A Rose by Any Other Name. How this game works is I'm going to give you the title of a story that I found on fanfiction.net, and based on the title, I would like you to try and guess the fandom that it was written about.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, our
Is
first...
Sorry, is this a buzzer situation? Like, do we buzz in?
No, we're going to get an answer from everybody and award a point based on basically who gets closest to the correct answer. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of things out there. I wouldn't really expect anyone to get any of these dead on immediately, but you never know.
All right.
Our first title is Till I Come Marching Home.
Is it? Sorry, did you say it's supposed to be a movie or it could be anything?
Could be anything, yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to ask questions if you'd like any clarification.
Yeah, when was it written?
I don't have that on hand.
I don't need to ask any questions, man. I know it's Saving Private Ryan fan fiction.
Okay, Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan, like a erotic fan fiction.
It's a good guess. Velvet, did you have a question?
I did. I was wondering if it involved fantastical or supernatural characters.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, so that is exactly referencing when Dean and Sam Winchester are searching for their father while hunting demons in season 3 of Supernatural. Oh, I know it.
Honestly, based on just proportionally, statistically, any fan fiction is more likely to be supernatural than anything else.
Yeah.
Is this by chance a Lord of the Rings fanfic where it's Sauron and one of the hobbits?
I think Mark was the closest there.
What?
Woo!
Specifically just because of World War II. This was a Captain America fan fiction.
Yes.
Our second title, going off the theme of firsts today, the second title is First Heat.
Can I guess?
Absolutely.
It is Miami Heat fan fiction. It's like NBA based fan fiction.
like the Eastern Conference NBA basketball team.
Yeah, for sure. They're
Miami
like
Heat.
Tim Rice came up behind. Yeah, like
Boy, was he dribbling.
All right, is Heat like always referencing specifically basketball, or is like a Heat? Could that be a football thing too? Like, oh, you got a big Heat out there on the football field.
A big heat.
Yeah, like a real big one, like a real big Heat on the football field. Is that a term?
No,
I mean, it's not even a basketball thing.
no. It is a track and field term. You run in heat.
Yeah. There's certain heats. Yeah.
But my mind immediately went to Johnny Storm and some kind of puberty, coming of age story with Johnny Storm, and realizing that he doesn't just have flame around him whenever he comes; it's also bursting out in lava spurts.
Oh, that's quite an image.
He doesn't have any socks left. Let's just put it that way.
So we have one guess for the Miami Heat. We have one guess for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a different route here and say I think that that's an erotic fan fiction about the movie with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
And this is about the first run through of the script, and it's an erotic fan fiction between Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, and they get pretty hot. I'll tell you. Okay.
Oh man, it's not that.
Weird.
I'm trying to figure out who to give the point here to, because, well, Mark, when you said Miami Heat, for some reason, I thought you said Miami Vice. And that would have been the right decade.
Okay.
If I mention that this is something very 80s.
Okay, it's Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Special First Heat with Kelly, and he's teaching her some moves on the basketball court, and ends up fucking her right in the hoop.
Right in the friggin' hoop.
Is that right?
It's not right.
There was a
But I do want to
TV show.
read that.
There was a TV show called Heat of the Night, and I know it's not Carol O'Connor, but it's somebody else of that era who switched over into a cop procedural type. But now, even though Carol O'Connor wasn't in it, Archie Bunker guy, I kind of want to see a fanfic of Archie Bunker just going at it.
I think you might be the only one
Yeah, well,
who wants to see that.
I got needs. Edith!
Mark, do you want to change your guess, or are you sticking with Miami Heat?
Oh, I don't even know why I would change it, of course. Wait, what decade was Miami Vice in? 80s? And what was the name of the thing? What was the original name of
the name is First Heat.
Oh, just First Heat. Oh, actually, isn't there like a William Goldman book called Heat from like the 80s? I'll change my name to that. I'll change my guess to that.
to the
But
William
Grandpa,
Goldman.
I don't want to hear a book. Sit down, kid. I'm going to tell you about she suckled on his nipples.
Perfect.
It's not that either. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to give the point to anyone on this one.
Come
Come
on,
on.
Zach Morris.
First Heat is a Thundercats story.
We
Cats
should
and
take
Heat.
that.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see. Oh, I never would have guessed Cats and Heat.
Man, I should.
Yeah.
Well.
I'm tempted to give Dana a point just for the way she said right in the hoop, but
Oh, yeah,
come
for
on,
sure.
That's a football term, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah.
right in the hoop.
It's a football term, right in the hoop, by the way. Like,
Look, base is loaded. Right now, okay?
We've got one more title,
All right.
and that title is "I Mustache You If You Want More Meat."
Oh, I have an idea. Yeah. Is it like a Yosemite Sam fan fiction?
Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's bizarre.
So it's bizarre that it's not. A Yosemite
Yeah,
Sam
I'm surprised.
fanfiction.
Yeah.
Is it a Wario and Waluigi fan fiction?
Ooh. It's also not that.
Wow.
Is it a Santa Claus stroking an elf fan
No.
fiction?
It's also not that.
Right in the hoop.
Okay. Yes. Ooh, what's that guy's name? The Baywatch lifeguard dude.
David
Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff.
Didn't he have it? Yeah, Hasselhoff. It's totally Hasselhoff saving and rescuing someone that was drowning. But then he found something weird on her, and he's like, "Listen, I must ask you a question." And he's like, doing a little beard, twirl. That's what it is.
I like the era. That makes me think of Tom Selleck, who also had a rescue show and also had a mustache.
Hell of a mustache, yeah. I was gonna maybe guess
so
Burt
he
Reynolds too. Burt Reynolds has got quite a mustache.
That's true. Tom
The
Selleck.
mustache angle is it's the right avenue.
Okay.
It's all of them put together. A cavalcade of mustached stars.
Mustachioed men.
And one of them's a butcher.
Yeah, they would have to be for all the meat to be. Yeah.
Remembering the meat portion of the title, yeah.
You want some sausage?
Can I change my answer?
Absolutely.
Now I know for sure who it is. It's Bob from Bob's Burgers. Talking about the meat to his customers and being like, "Hey, listen, I must ask you a question." And you taste the hairs in your burger.
That's the name of the burger on the blackboard, right? Because he has like pun names all the time. So it's
like when Harry met syrup, and it's like eat hairy burger.
There's hair and syrup in a burger.
Yeah.
It's a horrible burger.
See, here's the thing: is it's not Bob's Burgers, but this is such a great title for a Bob's Burgers fan fiction.
It is,
in exactly the way that you laid out. This would be the perfect title.
So good.
I Mustache You If You Want More Meat is a Parks and Recreation fan fiction. Starring Ron Swanson.
Yes.
Damn.
Another great mustache.
Another great mustache, and a man who famously likes meat.
He makes a real mean burger.
So I think on this one, just because a much better idea was come up with. Has to be given to Dana.
Yeah.
For sure.
And if we give that one to Dana, and then we also give Dana a point for right in the hoop, I think Dana takes the bonus game.
I think so too. Nice. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. I worked very hard. Couple of answers.
Very hard.
Hardest. I can't believe how fucking hard I am.
When you say it like
nice.
that,
Rock hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
Wicked hard.
Wicked hard.
That's Matt Damon.
As Matt Damon would say.
Mask big. Wicked hard.
Coming out of that bonus game, we're going to move right into our second story of the day, and that's going to be a story presented to us by Velvet Wells.
Thank you. This is my first erotic creation that I've shared with others on purpose. It is C-3PO and the Electroshock Troopers. Takes place at 36 ABY after the Battle of Yavin at Cloud City. 3PO walks into Yareth Bespin's casino and interrupts Lando's game of Dejarik by asking, "I can express 7 million forms of communication. Why can I not tell R2 that I want to join him in the badly designed stimulation machine room?" Lando meets 3PO's golden stare and says nothing. Lando had sweet-talked Vader, Sidious, Crumb. He never thought he'd be here, convincing a droid to visit the sex dungeon it wanted to attend. Lando stood up and sighed. "You might want to buckle up, 3PO. I need you to help me with a piece of diplomacy." Lando and 3PO left the casino. They both knew Lando was lying about the diplomatic mission. This lie was just bothersome enough to be scintillating. 3PO had discovered this side of himself recently. He liked being bothered some, especially by R2. He knew R2's history beyond the rebellion. R2 had a wide array of holographic messages he had never displayed to humans, droids showing their full schematics. 3PO hadn't been able to imagine showing his parts on purpose, let alone looking at others, but now? It was that last encounter with that ferocious tentacled beast that changed 3PO. Having his arm ripped off, feeling the wiring stretch too thin and break, feeling the minute shocks as electricity jumped a new chasm between his shoulder socket and the once arm was horrifying and now thrilling. 3PO purposefully refitted Omer's red arm to be rewired incorrectly, so it would get unexpected shocks at random times. It put the pep back in his step, but he wanted more. While the encounter changed him, 3PO didn't know how to change his protocols. He just knew that he wanted to share this with his friend. Lando knew about the droid dungeon and processing Vein 5. He had it built for R2 after Darth Sidious's forces were defeated. R2 wanted a private place to blow off some steam. It surprised Lando, but he never had reason to question the droid's intention. They arrived at the dungeon door, half of 3PO's height. It had a single astromech phrase written across it, "Fist Order." Lando's... Lando stopped to give 3PO advice. "If you need it, R2 told me the safe word is beep boop boop beep beep boop whistle." 3PO replied, "Thank you, Master Lando." And Lando smiled and was about to say something, but changed his mind and shook his head, walking away. 3PO stood at the door for some time. He told himself there was a diplomatic mission just on the other side of it. That was a lie, of course. He felt a little naughty. His programming didn't like it at all. 3PO got on his hands and knees and entered the room before his programming could stop him. This made him feel naughtier. The ceiling was as low as the door. 3PO's body was awash in multicolored lights, flashing on and off from droid units around the room. He realized R2 was projecting something on his face. Before 3PO had a chance to admonish his friend, R2 let out a series of high-pitched trills. "Oh, R2, 3PO said happily. "I am happy to see you too." 3PO crawled through the crowded room, packed with droids checking out each other's units. Some droids were in various states of disassembly. Other units played with the exposed parts, or greased them, or swapped parts with them. No one seemed upset. 3PO wasn't into it, but he also wasn't fussed when grease got on him. He had changed. A BB-6G unit had its head off and emitted an arc of electricity between its head and neck joint. 3PO only noticed as his leg passed through the arc. He was very not fussed by this turn of events. 3PO let his leg linger a little too long. The BB-6G unit whistled and beeped at him. He finally made his way to R2. Face to face, they happily whispered sweet astromech to each other. 3PO was about to tell R2 everything about the beast and his arm, but a very sharp jolt of electricity caused his left elbow to buckle. He looked down and saw R2's electric prod steadily in place. 3PO yelped in 3 of his 7 million languages all at once. The pain was bearable. Quite bearable. R2, boop boop! 3PO lowered his right elbow, his position now in worship at R2's wheels. R2 boop boop again and waited. The electric prod was pressed against the back of 3PO's head. 3PO raised his head a little and said, "Oh, yes," and a slight jolt was released. 3PO quivered. How had R2 known? Another jolt struck him. Something and another about him. Is the voltage increasing? Definitely increasing in speed and strength. 3PO loved it. He realized electric jolts were now striking different parts of his body. Other droids had joined in, exploring his limbs, torso, joints with electricity. He felt like ball lightning was about to explode from within. 3PO's system was overclocked. He didn't care about the melting wires. He finally understood that human declaration about never feeling more alive. His golden eyes flickered erratically and his torso reverberated. Then everything went dark. 3PO awoke with R2 standing over him. The other droids were gone. Beep boop beep, whistled R2. "Can I show you my schematics later?" 3PO said groggily but happily. "Beep beep, whoop beep 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 beep," R2 replied. "Exciting is hardly the word I would use, Master R2." 3PO muttered. He was bothered some. He found the droid he was looking for.
Aww.
Aw, that's a great ending.
Oh, that was really, really good.
I like how they came together in the end.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, they did.
And really good of Lando to build that for all of our robot droid.
Hey, look,
friends.
he does not know shame, let alone kink shame. So
Yeah.
give the droids what they need.
Oh, that was really, really excellent. I love the that moment where C-3PO doesn't notice the electricity arc and he lingers in it. Really setting it up.
Yeah.
And that was a hell of a qualifier at the beginning as well. This is the first time on purpose.
Right.
Well, hey, look, I've been on the internet a while, so things happen. Things have been seen. Not necessarily America's Wang, but maybe that too. So, yeah.
Also makes it sound like you read like a public address one time and you got the script mixed up or something, and you're like, "Oh wait, this is my fan fiction." Uh-oh.
There comes a time in everyone's life when they stick it in and...
And what?
Is this the right script? It seems like the right script.
Well, that is actually a perfect segue into our second game. Because this game is called Fill That Gap. I did, again, do a little bit more hunting on fanfiction.net, and I found some stories. I'm going to read the beginning of a line from a story that I found on fanfiction.net, and I would like you all to take a crack at completing that line.
Oh, easy.
And whoever is closest to what the author actually wrote will earn a point.
Oh.
I mean, yes, sometimes you can't just say cock, and that might be it. But any of these blanks that I leave, they're not single words. You're going to have to venture forth a complete phrase.
There's a pretty gaping gap, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
For filling.
Yeah. And you're just the man for the job, Marc Hallworth. Our first line. Clumsy knew what to do. He took off his Smurf briefs, which revealed blank.
Can I guess first?
Absolutely.
Which revealed something borrowed and something blue. Sounds like a Smurf.
Okay, pretty good. Anybody else?
I assume that's correct.
All right, I'll take a stab at it.
Yeah.
What's the first part again?
Clumsy knew what to do. He took off his Smurf briefs, which revealed
His blue schlong, larger than 3 apples. Ooh.
Oh man, schlong is the best word.
It's for sure schlong.
I defer to both of them. He removed his briefs and revealed a fumbling. He revealed Smurfette. There we go.
Whoa! Well, Smurfette is the person that he is engaged with in this particular story. But the full line reads, Clumsy knew what to do. He took off his Smurf briefs, which revealed his long-awaited 6-inch boner, brackets, probably 9 inches if he were a human.
Yes. Yes.
That's in there. That's schlong.
That's a schlong larger than
That's a schlong for you.
apples.
I think Dana gets it also because of speaking about the size of said schlong.
All right.
We could do some math here.
Yeah. Math.
Well, if a Smurf is 3 apples tall
Yeah, it's like
and his boner is 6 inches.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The Smurf to human conversion, everybody knows you add 3 at the end. It's like carrying.
What?
Hey, you want me to make more sense than the original line did? Come on.
I have a degree.
Yeah, that's not a fair
in
statement.
engineering.
Probably 9 inches if he were a human.
6 inches coming out of 3 apples is like 3 apples is like 6 inches tall. That's like 100% of your apples.
Yeah.
You'd have like a 6-foot schlong if it.
3 apples a day keeps the doc away.
well, it would have to be tucked in around his suspenders and then into his asshole. Like
Yeah.
you know, so when he takes the
Normal.
suspenders off, then it rolls down.
Maybe that's why he's so clumsy.
That's why he's
Tripping over himself.
Tripping over his
Exactly.
the tip of his dick coming out of his shoe.
Our second line. Still in his stupor, Barack blank. And I can confirm that it is Barack Obama.
Still in his stupor, Barack leaned forward, observing Michelle's lower butt,
Observing Michelle lower butt.
and breathed in her fart.
Okay, so we think it's presidential fart play.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Any other guesses?
Still in a stupor, Barack chased Michelle around the Oval Office until he could get into her oval orifice.
Oh!
The wordplay, I like it.
I don't really have a clue, so I put it into my phone, and I'm gonna do predictive text. Okay.
Okay.
Still in his stupor, Barack Obama's speech is it not sure how many of his followers have been in this country before? What the? That's crazy.
I was just not what I have on the card.
Ah.
So close, so close.
The full line is still in his stupor, Barack let the unicorn to pleasure him with its mouth.
Yes.
That's basically, Michelle.
Yeah, but like, did the unicorn wash up?
It's hard to say.
Does he wipe himself with a Smurf? Is that?
I think Velvet maybe got that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to give a point to Velvet there because
Oh yeah, orifice.
that line that Velvet came up with was just too good.
Nice.
Our final line of the round is that was all Lightning McQueen needed. Blank.
Oh, can I go first here? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all Lightning McQueen needed to Lightning McCream.
Yes! Oh my god! I don't think we can even say anything. That's it. That's it. That's the answer. Okay.
Does anybody else want to take a stab at it, or do we just want to give this one a mark?
I want to give it to him, but can I practice one anyway?
Oh, absolutely.
That's all Lightning McQueen needed was a smooth landing strip so he could burn some rubber.
Oh,
shit.
nice. That's all Lightning McQueen needed. A quick little glance at that hot rocket to his left to switch from manual to automatic.
Ooh.
Okay, all right, whatever. Okay.
How does that car work?
I think Mark does get the point.
Yeah.
Even just for accuracy.
Oh, no way.
It's not quite as clever as what you said, but the full line is, that was all Lightning McQueen needed. He moaned for daddy once more before he blew his load all over the lift.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
Whoa. Man, that would be tough to have a problem where you can't get aroused or anything unless it is like Pixar's fan fiction. You know what I mean? Like, like nothing gets you aroused except for Cars 2 fan fiction.
There's just 5 posters on your ceiling, and then every person you bring over, they're like, "Hey, what's up with that?" You're like, "Shh,
Okay.
I
I'm on
need
my
this.
back. I'm on my
Yeah, I
back."
have to be on my back.
Just the sweet dulcet tones of Owen Wilson's voice.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough thing to live with.
Can you send me that one though?
Yeah, for sure. It's
just for research purposes.
that one I can say is part of a collection called Power Stroke Stories.
Yeah.
I think everybody got a point there, so that game was a wash. It was completely pointless.
But it was still fun.
Yeah, but still fun. And that brings us to our final story of the day, and that one is going to be brought to us by, of course, Marc Hallworth.
Hey, all right. I'm worried this is a little too long, so I might read it like mega fast. It's called First Blood Part 2: The Legend of the Warrior of the Forever Fist. And it could easily also have been written by Mike Kellett. just as I read this. Here we go. It was a bright morning full of rain and sun when Natalie Portman was doing her acting. These are my words, and my motions are full of emotion, said Natalie Portman with acting. Excellence, this is Oscar-winning performance, said the director with compliments. Thank you, I am 4-star actress, said Natalie Portman with thanks. Then all of a sudden, out of mist, Ashton Kutcher appeared with sinister plans. Haha, Natalie Portman, you will star in me with movies and be forever mine. Then I will have immortality. No, Ashton Kutcher, I will not give in to your evil. Haha, you have no say in this. You are my prisoner. Behold, force field, said Ashton Kutcher as he summoned a force field prison.
Oh no!
I know. Now to my studio lair where we will star in movies together. Meanwhile, Garfield was riding alone on an all-American highway on his custom Harley-Davidson motorcycle, rocking out to Dio, turned up to maximum volume. Time to train the muscles, said Garfield as he pulled into a gym. Garfield went to the punching bag for punching practice. It was punching bag made out of diamond and steel, so it could take his super punches, which are like a force of nature. I am Fist, mighty with speed. As Garfield practiced his punches, news reports came on the TV. This just in, Ashton Kutcher has tweeted that he has kidnapped Natalie Portman for evil movies. If only a hero was man enough to save her.
Oh my.
Indignities, roared Garfield as he punched the punching bag in half with ease at the anger of the reporting. Garfield waltzed out of the gym. That's the word they use, by the way. Waltzed out of the gym.
Okay.
In quest to rescue Natalie Portman with his manly power. Outside of the gym, Garfield was confronted with thugs. Haha, Garfield, we were sent by Ashton Kutcher to put stop to you. Now it's time for endings, said the thugs with arrogant laughs. The only thing being stopped is your life. Eat fist, roared Garfield with anger. The thugs then attacked Garfield with foolishness. One thug swung a chain at him, and the other one hit him with a baseball bat, but it was no use. They bounced off of Garfield's muscles like rubber balls on a donkey. I don't know what that means. Is that an expression? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
What? Cried out the thugs in shocking disbelief. My turn, miscreants, said Garfield as he lifted one thug above his head. Time to make a wish, said Garfield as he snapped the thug in two. After the thug snapping, Garfield turned to the other thug with vengeance. Garfield, please spare my life. I'm a poor starving man, said the thug with begging. Starve on my fist, said Garfield as he punched the thug's stomach out. Garfield then hopped on his custom Harley-Davidson motorcycle and revved the engines to rescue Natalie Portman. Ashton Kutcher, I hope your heart's in good health, because I'm going to rip it out of your chest, Garfield said as he put his shades on and rode off for the rescue. As Garfield rode, a tractor-trailer filled with lasagna drove beside him. Lasagna feeds my body and soul. Give me strength to rescue ladies in danger, Garfield said as he looked at the truck. Lasagna burst out of the truck to feed Garfield and entered his mouth for eating, filling Garfield's muscular body with power and energy. Thank you, Lasagna. You are now part of me, Garfield said with gratitude to the lasagna. In the distance, Garfield spotted trouble. It was a tank filled with vile minions of Ashton Kutcher. Behold, Garfield, our beast of iron and metal. Your ride ends here, for we are righteous, said the tank commander with taunts. At villains' petty taunts, Garfield laughed with scoffing. He turned on his Dio beyond maximum volume and glared at foolish tanks with fiery eyes. Rust in peace, Garfield said to the tank as he rode straight through it and splitting it in half. Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher's demon lair, evil, was brewing in hearts of men. Ashton Kutcher was sitting on the throne dressed like a wicked sultan, while Natalie Portman was chained to the wall. Heh, Natalie Portman, you are mine on this midnight hour. All of your hopes should be abandoned, for I am your new master. No, Garfield will save me, for he is a true hero of man. Ho-ho! Not even Garfield's manliness can save you now. We will star in movies and make eons of money. It's probably supposed to say tons of money, but that's what it says. Garfield, please come, I need you. Meanwhile, Garfield was riding the lonely road of the hero with his hair blowing through the wind like wet lasagna in a fan. Again, not an expression. In the distance, Garfield saw Ashton Kutcher's palace of pain and evil. It was surrounded by lava and crocodiles. There seemed no way, but Garfield never gives up, never surrenders. Time to do the sky, bird, Garfield declared as he pulled out his lasagna glider and glided to the island of Ashton Kutcher. Garfield crashed into a room full of Ashton Kutcher's loyal guards who would fight in the name to the deaths, but Garfield was not afraid. I heard there was a party, so I stopped by. Do not worry, I'm polite, guests, so here are some presents, quipped Garfield as he pulled out a Desert Eagle and fired at the guard scum. Garfield searched Ashton Kutcher's palace, mowing down guards wherever he saw with zero mercy. He then came upon doors to Ashton Kutcher's throne room, but it was sealed with evil power and locked. But Garfield blew it open like ease, like the big bad wolf blowing down straw houses. I'm here for Natalie Portman.
That is an expression.
Nah, I think, yeah, people say that. I'm here for Natalie Portman and for your head on a stick. Inside the room, Garfield saw Natalie Portman chained in imprisonment and Ashton Kutcher sitting on the throne. Haha, Garfield, I've been waiting for you. Not even you can be stopping me now, Ashton Kutcher cackled with evil. Silence, you sultan of sin. Your time is ending near, Garfield responded with angry vocals. Garfield, I have enough of your words. Time for fiery doom. Meet the dragon, Ashton Kutcher said as he whistled for his dragon. At Ashton Kutcher's whistling, a four-headed dragon appeared with fire breathing and roars. Enjoy your just desserts, Ashton Kutcher cackled as he fled like a little girl. That's what this says. Jesus. Haha, Garfield, I am hoping you brought your bib, because I'm going to be smoking you like a ham, growled the evil four-headed dragon. I have no time for dragon distractions, fumed Garfield. All hope seemed to be in fire, but then a familiar voice was heard by all. Amaku! It was John Arbuckle flying in on a jetpack, ready for fighting. Yay!
Hey, John!
Yeah! Do not worry, I will take care of this lizard. You must go after Ashton Kutcher, said John Arbuckle with support. Thank you, John Arbuckle. You are my jetpack backup. said Garfield with gratitude. Garfield went after Ashton Kutcher as John Arbuckle battled dragons with mystic blades. I guess he was blades. Okay, Dragon Boy, let's do this, John Arbuckle said as he drew his mystic katana. Meanwhile, Garfield was chasing down Ashton Kutcher with justice on his mind and in his fists. He finally cornered Ashton Kutcher against a wall. You are at the end of your highway, and it's time to pay the toll, man, said Garfield. Haha, Garfield, it is too late. Natalie Portman's soul is mine, and my life will be immortal. Fool, your life is short, but my fist is forever, Garfield roared as he charged inner power to the max and sent fists flying at Ashton Kutcher at earthquake speed, making him supernova. Yes. And then the next line, no, cried out Ashton Kutcher as he supernovaed. Your career just exploded, quipped Garfield. Thank you, Garfield, you saved me again. No problem, honey babes. I cannot stand seeing ladies kidnapped. Good work, Garfield. You saved the day again, said an approaching voice. It was John Arbuckle. He was holding the dragon's heads in his hands. We didn't have time to see that. Yes, John Arbuckle, I think it's time for a celebration. Yes, Garfield, we should perform our hit new song for Natalie Portman's musical enjoyment, John Arbuckle suggested with good ideas as he took out his electric guitar for jamming. Yes, here's our new song, Lover and Fighter Man, from the album of the same name. Old people with diseases should beware of dangerous rockin', said Garfield as he took out his mic ready for rockin'. John Arbuckle began playing powerful chords of playing, while Garfield began to sing with mighty rockin' voice. I'm a real man, hard like steel, always hungry for lasagna meal, busting heads, winning every fight, need to see you naked tonight. I'm a lover and a fighter man, not a loser and a crier man. Bake my egg in a frying pan, I'm a lover and a frying pan. Verse 2, every day I'm punching and kicking. Every day I'm punching and kicking. When I come home, I want you for licking. Stupid thugs, their heads I crack, but I want you to rub my back. I'm a lover and a fighter man, not a loser and a crier man. Want to spank you until you tan, cause I'm a lover and a fighter man. John Arbuckle then began shredding like a madman with a guitar solo. I'm a goo, shouted John Arbuckle as flames and lightning burst out of his guitar. The amazing guitar solo, Garfield began to sing again. I'm a champ in the ring, in the bedroom I am king. Dashing villains until they groan, loving ladies until they moan. I'm a lover and a fighter man, not a loser and a crier man. Make you fly like Peter Pan, cause I'm a lover and a fighter man. Natalie Portman screamed and clapped in excitement at the rockin' concert. She ran to Garfield with love in her eyes. Garfield, you're a rock star stud muffin, but now I want you to play me like an electric guitar and make me wail, Natalie Portman said with a desire. Sure thing, Sugar Bites. I have a concert in my pants and you have front row tickets. Let's go on stage and make some music, said Natalie Portman as she led Garfield to her bedroom, which I assume is in the palace, I guess. Why does she have a room? Yeah. Anyway, Garfield and Natalie Portman went on her bed and embraced for love-makings. They rubbed each other with oil and perfumed and touched each other all over. Their bodies then joined like peanut butter and jelly and created delicious loving all night long. The end? Question mark. And if I could add, hold on, author's note. Congratulations to Natalie Portman for her pregnancies. Please beware and do not let Ashton Kutcher kidnap your babies. Also, I'm still single, so it is still okay if you'd like to date me. Now it's the end. Thanks. That was a little long, but thanks, guys. You're going to have that song stick in your head.
Yeah, send that one to me too, please.
Just for research purposes, of course.
Research purposes, yeah.
I was really waiting and figuring out where the erotic was coming in.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, boy.
But when it came in, you were not ready for it, eh?
Oh, it was
it was too crazy.
Do Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman, have a connection?
They were in that movie together that, the Friends with Benefits or something, or...
No Strings Attached.
No Strings Attached. That's it. Yeah.
No Strings Attached. Yeah.
Yeah, so that movie came out at almost the exact same time as Friends with Benefits, and that was Mila Kunis's movie with Justin Timberlake. And then, so there was Natalie Portman and then Ashton Kutcher. They basically made the exact same movie with the same plots.
Yeah.
And it was immediately after Black Swan. So Natalie was actually pregnant while filming that movie.
Oh, no way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind Friends with Benefits. That was okay. That's cute.
What are you trying to say, Mark?
No, that movie was okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm in love with Natalie Portman.
Okay.
I like that they set John up as on the good side, because it's so typical in Garfield that he gets shit on. So it was nice to see, like, he comes in, he's a sidekick, and that's fine, but he has an amazing guitar that shoots flames, and he can handle a dragon without any problem, which is so nice to know. Like, you don't hear about John's resume that often. So
I love that
he's a very useful presence.
Yeah, he killed the dragon without us even needing to see how it happened or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
mystical
John. Okay, now I finally get John from Garfield.
Yeah, John Arbuckle.
Yeah, John Arbuckle.
Okay, all right, I'm on the page now. Okay.
Did you think it was like John the Baptist or something? Or
honestly, I just thought it was like a pop reference that I just didn't get.
That was a lot.
Yes.
That fucking song.
Oh God.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Verse 2.
And a solo and a third verse.
I thought that was going to go on forever. That's
yeah.
One of the
way
lines,
longer than it needed to be, for sure.
Did you like the line, "I'ma spank you until you tan"? Which, by the way, how tans work.
I liked that line. I didn't like it as much as the frying pan one.
Actually, I should say that it's misspelled and it's Friar's pan.
Oh.
It's even better.
Yeah.
It's a very specific type of pan that only friars have access to. So it's very inside.
To cook things religiously.
Amen.
Amen. And with that, I think it's time for us all to choose a winner. So let's go around. Dana, who do you think was today's winner?
I went and saw Star Wars in concert a couple years ago, and I am a huge Star Wars fan. I love R2, C3PO. I've always wanted them to fuck, so that's great. But when I heard that song and the second verse come in, I got my vote. That's the winner right there for me. That's my favorite. The second verse.
What do you think, Mark? Who's today's winner?
As much as I liked the accents of that first story, I think Velvet takes it with his accent of R2-D2's beep boop beeps.
Thank you. Yeah, so I am torn for almost the exact same reasons. It comes down to, is it the accent or is it the musicality that calls to me the most?
Hey, come on, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right?
Hey, come on.
You talk about wanting the droids to fuck. Like, I think Ben and Matt, if they haven't already, they should. Like, that would get both their careers jump started again. So you know what? I think just because that called out to me the most, as much as I love John getting to slay a dragon, Mask Damon takes it for me.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. He's got the big dick in a mask.
So that means everybody is tied.
Oh, sure.
We've got one vote for each of you. Probably then it's going to have to come down to the bonus points we earned in the games. And while everybody tied in the second game as well, this has been a pretty even episode all throughout. Dana did take that first one, so I think we have to give it.
I have a winner.
Just edging it out at the end there. Today's winner is Dana Schiemann.
Woo! Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, $1 million in my pocket. Yeah.
Wait a minute, what?
$1 million.
Oh, no.
That's awesome.
The podcast is bankrupt.
I think that means that Dana, that you're going to start funding some of the live action productions of these fan fictions, right?
It's not easy making your first million. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
After today, as a millionaire speaking to you, I'll tell you anything's possible. What an empty answer.
Definitely a studio answer there.
No information.
Does anybody have any projects that they would like to mention to our audience? Anything you'd like to promote?
If there's any live entertainment happening around you, please be safe, wear a mask, and come on out and support. There's a lot of people that are doing a lot of socially distanced shows and stuff while it's still nice enough to do it, and people are really trying to take care of each other. So don't do anything illegal and dumb, but come on out and support live comedy. We love you.
That's right. Yeah. Come on out and support live comedy. You can do it in person and you can do it online. There's still so many live comedy shows that are happening that you can get involved in too, on different social media platforms.
Absolutely.
And I'm staying online at this point. So I have a couple. I have one on Fridays. I'm with an international Black improv troupe, and we have different themes and formats that we do. And this time it's about bringing in even more people from the community. So as you say, like, everybody can get involved. Not you two, unfortunately. We'll find a way to include you in a different way. But so that's one I'm jazzed to be able to stay in touch with anybody at this point. So thank you very much for having me today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've said the word absolutely a lot today. I'm realizing.
Absolutely.
I'm so thrilled to have all of you here and some wonderful stories that you all shared today.
Well, thank you so much for having us on here, Paul, and for keeping the laughter going. And even in these tough times, we can still all have great laughs together, even if we're not, sitting 2 feet apart and we're, across the city. It's great.
Far and away, the most important thing is for everybody to stay safe right now, but definitely keep supporting live comedy, keep supporting comedy online in any avenue you can. The performance industry, theater, live shows, all of those things have been hit particularly hard all over the world. So please keep on coming out for your friends and also for people you don't know who are doing excellent, excellent work. I want to thank all of our participants again for joining me today. Velvet Wells, Marc Hallworth, and a very worthy winner in Dana Schiemann.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And we will see you all next time for another fantastic edition of The Pen is Mightier. Goodbye, everybody.
Woohoo! Bye.
Hey, love you.